Hey guys, so it's slowly approaching summertime, which can only means one thing. It's sunscreen time. Yes, I know you're supposed to wear sunscreen throughout the year, but it's more crucial during the summer to wear sunscreen. So today I have 3 very popular but very expensive, pretty pricey kind of sunscreen that I'm going to be testing out for you today. But anyways, I'm going to try out the sunscreen, one for each day, and let you know my first thought, my final conclusion, how it looks on my skin, everything. And yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so it's day 1, and the first sunscreen we're going to try out is this Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. And I believe this is a mix between physical and chemical sunscreens. So there is zinc oxide, which is a physical ingredient, and octinoxate, which is a chemical ingredient. It's a really popular sunscreen for acne prone skin, it even said right here, and oily skin, and I just realized I am oily skin. I thought I was like dry skin. This is a tinted version. I believe there is a normal version too, but I watched reviews and people said to use the tinted because it doesn't leave a white cast. It comes in a nice pump bottle. It's like $41, which is pretty expensive, so it better be good. It better be good. This is what it looks like. My skin looks so glossy, and it's like, it feels really nice on the skin. Okay, so first impression, it feels really nice on the skin, and it's super glossy looking. At first, the color kind of like made me question a little because it's quite darker than my actual skin, and there's only one shade, but it blended out really well, and I don't think like the color makes any difference. And sorry if these kind of like looks like bruises, they are bruises. I got my wisdom teeth removed recently. So that's it for the first impression. I really liked it, but we shall see in a couple of hours when I reapply how it looks like after reapplication, and also if it peels, which right now it doesn't, and it looks really good. But yeah, I'll see you in a bit. It's been a few hours, 5 hours exactly, and we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, like pretty nice and healthy. So let's just reapply this sunscreen. So this is my skin after a reapplication. There's no peeling, so that's good. Well, it's the end of today's review, so I'm giving this Elta MD UV Clear SPF 46 sunscreen an 8 out of 10. I'm breaking down my rating into 3 categories, so look, feel, and smell. The first one is look, and how it looks on my skin is actually really good. I'm giving it a 9 because it has pretty decent coverage. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing, but it makes my skin look super nice and healthy, and that's because they have niacinamide, and that just helps my skin always like looks so glowy and glossy, so I really like that about this one. However, this sunscreen doesn't really feel the best on my skin. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 because it does feel like there is something on my skin. It's not like completely absorbed into my skin, but it's just like there, you know, like it's not too heavy, but you feel like there is. After the reapplication, my hands don't feel the best. It feels kind of tacky, you know, after you apply like body sunscreen and you just have that feeling. Yeah, that's how it is on my hands, but my face feels pretty decent. Also, this sunscreen didn't irritate my eyes at all, which a lot of chemical sunscreen does, but I think because it's a hybrid between physical and chemical that it's kind of like better. But for smell, I actually really like the smell. I like the sunscreeny-ish, but it's like very subtle sunscreeny, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So in total, I'm rating this sunscreen an 8 out of 10. So would I recommend it? Totally, I really liked it. Maybe not for the price point, but I'm not really considering price into this review because if it gets you to apply sunscreen, then by all means just buy it. With that being said, let's move on to the next sunscreen. Welcome back to day 2. Today we have the Colorescience Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield Classic SPF 50 PA++++, and this one is completely physical, so there are no like chemical ingredients. It just has zinc oxide 12%, so yeah, this is what it looks like. This bottle right here is $41 for 1.8 fluid ounce, so it is quite expensive as well, but I heard this is really good. It does tell you to shake well before every use, so I just want to shake it. quite liquidy. So when you first saw me apply on my hand, it looks like there's a tint, but I don't believe this is a tinted version. I checked my order and it's not tinted, so there are tinted version, but I didn't get the tinted one. I just got the original, but it looks tinted, right? I don't know, but it feels really nice on my skin. It felt much more lighter than the Elta MD. So let's see how it wears. I will check back in like a few hours. It's been a few hours now and I'm back with an update. Here's what my skin looks like. It looks very healthy and like glowy, but I do notice that like, I don't know if you can see, but like there are lines on my eyes because of my creases. It just feels like my skin, it's so nice and healthy. I really like this sunscreen. But we're here for a reapplication, so let's apply it on my skin. So for the fun part, I am rating the sunscreen an 8.3 out of 10. For looks, I feel like the sunscreen looks really nice and like glowy when you kind of like look farther apart, but when you zoom in, you see like patches. It sticks to my dry patches and like kind of creases around my nose, and I just don't really look the best. And also, this is the classic shade, or just the original whatever, that I don't know, I feel like the tint just isn't the best looking on my skin. I know there are like the tinted version with like various shade, but I just wanted the original just to see, and it's just kind of like a little pale on my skin, even though it kind of like, it could work if I apply on makeup, but it just doesn't look the best on its own. Yeah, I'm giving the looks category a 7 because it looks really good for being just a physical sunscreen. And then for feels, I feel great. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because I feel amazing. Like, it just feels so lightweight. As you can see, it's very liquidy. For the smell, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I do smell, I don't know if you know, but like the drugstore makeup kind of smell thing, but it's not too bad, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So overall, it's an 8.3, still really good, and I would recommend it if you kind of have more of a drier skin, or no, actually not drier skin, but maybe oily skin, because it sticks to my dry patches around here and my nose, and those are where my dry areas are. Yeah, I get why a lot of people like the sunscreen, because it's just purely minerals and like no chemical filters, and it still looks really good on my skin. Now let's move on to day 3. Welcome back to day 3, and the last sunscreen for this video is the Shiseido Ultimate Sun Protector Lotion SPF 50. This is $50, which is more expensive than the other two, but it does come in 5 fluid ounces, which is so much more, and you get more value in here. But with that being said, this is fully chemical, so there is a lot more sensitivity with chemical sunscreen, but we shall see. So let's apply it. Also tells you to shake really well, so I'm just gonna shake it. Very liquidy also. Very clear. Definitely not as glowy and like glassy as the other two. I do, however, smell a strong fragrance. Like immediately it hits your nose. It's not like subtle as the other two. We shall see how it settle on my skin, because right now it is feeling a little bit oily, like actually very oily. So it's been close to 4 hours and I just want to get the sunscreen off my face. My eyes are red now because this is irritating to my eyes. I should have known, because chemical sunscreen usually burns my eyes, but I don't know why I thought this would be an exception. So I'm just going to quickly reapply it so you can see kind of like my skin, how it looks like, and avoiding my eyes, and then I'll give you my final rating. So what is my final rating on the Shiseido Ultimate Sun Protector Lotion 50 Plus? I'm giving it a 5.6 out of 10. Well, I have a lot to say about the sunscreen, so let's first look into the category, which is how it appears on my skin. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. There wasn't any white cast, however, there wasn't like give me a glowy, glassy look that the other two did, which is why I gave it an 8 out of 10. How it feels on my skin, I gave it a 4 out of 10. First off, it felt like a layer of oil on my skin. I felt like I was producing more oil on the skin, and I was only wearing it for like 4 hours. And also second, which is the big part, it stinks. It burns my eyes. It's so irritating, and I have very sensitive eyes. This just doesn't work for me. For scent, I gave it a 5 out of 10. As you open and then pour it into your hand, you can immediately smell it, and when you apply it, you smell it. So I just felt like it's way too strong, and I don't like it. If you are not that sensitive to like chemical sunscreen, then by all means give it a shot. But if you have sensitive eyes like me and a lot of chemical sunscreen burns your eyes, I wouldn't recommend this. But yeah, that's my reviews after testing 3 very popular sunscreen. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it's helpful to your sunscreen buying guide. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!